Welcome, everyone, to Life of Giants, where we take a specific quote and we analyze how it affects us and how it can make us be better. Kind of, not really. We talk about all sorts of stuff. I am one of your hosts, Dion the Genetic Marvel. With me right here is Marco from Upside Down Studios. We are waiting on Cole. He's going to be a little bit late, but still, the Cole was the one who provided the quote, which is "Why fight when you can negotiate," and it's attributed to Captain Jack Sparrow. Hi, Victoria.
I wanted to put a background, and I couldn't remember, and it's just because I don't remember gay things.
Well, that'll happen. We talked about it last week. Was the whole idea of when violence is sometimes the solution, because violence isn't the answer, but it is sometimes the solution, and we covered that in depth. But this is the thing and we discussed this earlier today on motherfucking Mondays, was the idea that anyone who's been in some sort of physical altercation, or someone who, say, is ex-military who's been to war, never wants to return. They will, because they got hands and they'll fuck you up, but that's the last resort. And this is the thing, is that a lot of people don't realize, I think, that the art of negotiating for things, and I learned this from a couple of lawyers, was that the key to a successful negotiation is everyone leaves the table unhappy.
Yes.
And I'm like, yeah, but he's like, no, that is a successful negotiation. Everyone is unhappy. Everyone got something, but nobody's like, I won.
Yeah, nobody got everything.
Yeah, and that's and I think that's what a lot of people don't realize, because you realize that we've talked about this before, was the idea is new, that people are like, it's not enough that I have to succeed, but I need to see you fail. And you're like, that makes you a bad person. That's because there is room for success for everyone. Right. And now it may not be the success you want. It may not be like, you have some people who are like, oh, I want to have servants and stuff like that. You're like, okay, calm down. Why don't you just move back to the 1580s? You'll be fine. Okay, just figure that out. Just aside from that,
hero you want, you'll get the hero you need,
or the hero you deserve, motherfucker. That's one of those things where.
See, I kind of look at it like this. First of all, to the idiots out there who says violence is not the key, violence is not this, violence. How the fuck you think we got our country? How do you think any of these countries got their countries? Yeah. How do you think any of these fucking countries got their rights, let alone America?
Yeah, it's either people fight or governments fight. Now, this is one thing that I always love was, did you watch G.I. Joe when you were young?
Oh, yes.
The originals, yeah. And the one thing that I loved about that was it was knowing was half the battle. The other half is extreme, unregulated violence. Those are the two.
Yeah, there was never any negotiation situations or hostage negotiations in G.I. Joe.
Listen, Cobra had to get beat. That's just the rule of law.
Do you remember when Serpentor threw the snake through Duke's chest?
I have that movie. I have that and the original Transformers movie, which Spike says the word shit. And I'm telling you, for 1986 movies, that was like, oh! Right? So, yeah.
Must have stuck.
I remember I hated that fucking movie when I was a kid, because the one dude, Hot Rod, turned to Rodimus Prime and Optimus fucking died. I'm like,
yeah,
oh, Jesus Christ,
bro. The watching Optimus die, you were like, what is, like, it was the original Game of Thrones where you're like, that's my favorite character. Why are you killing him? And that was like, it was immediate.
What's going on?
Yeah,
they had the octopus robot monster things and the looked like little bulldogs.
Oh, yeah. Those were those were piranhas in the fucking in the pool.
They jumped up. They looked like fucking 2-footed bulldogs.
Yeah, it was great. What's up, Nick? I've been fiddling around with this damn thing for half an hour now. I mean, listen, if it's not going to get going after half an hour, maybe take a breather, get some lube.
Wasn't jerking it.
Optimus keeps getting his ass kicked. Okay, this is you fucking youngins there. Okay, this is the whole thing. Like, this is why I'm angry at Michael Bay. You're like, bro, it's Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
He's got the touch. Like, it's a whole goddamn song. And he got his ass beat like he was a bitch. Not okay. Michael Bay, you're on my list. You and Zack Snyder. No, not Zack Snyder. What's the other one?
Okay, but if you watch the movie,
it's a fucking DC movie.
No, not Zack. Who's the guy? Brian Singer from X-Men.
Yeah.
I'll get you.
Well, Singer's fucking that and Joel Schumacher.
Yeah,
Joel Schumacher fucked up fucking Batman. That was the Batman with the titties.
Oh,
yeah, nipples. Yeah,
nipple-tacular Batman.
I don't know though. That's if you go back and rewatch it, it's not.
It's for kids. It's for kids.
Like you watch it, you're like, okay, I see what they were going for here. You know what I mean? Like,
if you look at the making to it, though, that was not supposed to be the whole tone of that movie.
No, not at all.
It was supposed to stay darker. It was supposed to be more violent, and then Joel Schumacher came and rainbowed it up.
I still love it was Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito went on stage and were complaining about Batman, and Michael Keaton is like, bring it. And I was like, bro, I would watch the fuck out of that movie. Like, that would be the greatest movie of all time. Nick, I can't use my hands after the accident. Voice to text only. Fuck me. I mean, listen, Nick, I'm sure someone will accommodate, but I was okay. I'm glad. Did you bust your hands? Like, what? Because you said you broke like 5 bones or some shit. That's crazy, by the way. I hope you're okay in your recovery. Christopher Nolan should try to make Marvel movies. I mean, it's not a bad idea.
Give the man his flowers and call it a day. He doesn't. Let him. He did his.
He did his duty.
Not everybody has to do a superhero movie. You know what I mean? Like, why is it that the superhero movies are like the only job in Hollywood now? It's getting to be too much.
Yeah. He fucked everybody else.
You said who?
Diddy fucked everybody else.
Nick Gorbachev says, "What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I am drinking." I mean, that's understandable. It is Monday night.
You know what I would like to see?
I'll see you drinking, and I'll light one up.
Hell yeah! I'd like to see Quentin Tarantino do a Star Wars like anthology film, like y'all saw what was it? The one about the Death Star plans. What was it called?
Rogue One.
Rogue One. Yeah. Something small like that in the Star Wars universe, but a Quentin Tarantino like fucking Quentin Tarantino movie though.
Even Quentin Tarantino do a fucking like a Winter Soldier. Quentin Tarantino should have did the new Captain America movie. You know,
I feel like there'd be too many N-words if he did it. That's the problem. That's
perfect because Captain America's black now.
Yeah.
I mean, I want Captain America to walk up and to Spider-Man and call him little N-word. That would be.
Imagine if Brave New World was just a rehash of Django Unchained.
I'd watch it.
If Netflix ever redoes that, that's going to be all white folks, right?
Oh, it's all white folks. Nolan is going to tackle the Odyssey. I mean, that'd be wild.
I heard that.
Like he's got to be like one character as Odysseus, and then the rest are all Sean Bean. I think it'd be.
We already had the Odyssey. We already had the Odyssey made, and it was a brilliant fucking movie. Oh, brother, where art thou? We don't need it again.
What?
Have you ever seen Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou?
Isn't that the Clooney movie?
With
George Clooney.
Dude who played Batman. We were just talking about. What was his name? George Clooney. That's the Odyssey. You watch that movie, it's exactly the Odyssey. They get attacked by a one-eyed big guy, the Cyclops. There's a bunch of sirens. They think somebody's turned to a toad. They're traveling across the fucking state or back home. You know, it's the Odyssey. It's exactly the same fucking story. It just takes place in the Delta.
I hate Hollywood so much more right now.
You didn't realize that?
Why the fuck would I see that movie? That's the dumbest fucking show. I saw that and then they're singing and I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
It's a fucking beautiful movie. Are you kidding me? It's one of the greatest movies of all time.
I mean, in Cole's defense though, like I used to watch the rabbit holes that I jumped down and shit. But if you haven't noticed, there's like only 5 movies being made for the past 20, 40 fucking years.
Yeah. Pretty much.
What's up, Arliss?
Yeah.
And it's just the same stories written, done over and over, just with different characters. The example that they showed was what was that, The Road to El Dorado? Remember that cartoon back in the day?
Yeah.
And they showed, the one guy comes and he pretends that he's on their side, and the other guy, he makes friends, and they both diggle their way into going to find this money. And there's always a woman in need. There's always the protagonist. There's always the antagonist. There's always some kind of sacrifice at the end when you got to give up everything you just searched for. But in the end, there's a happy end. And
there's literally, you can Google TV and movie tropes, right? And there's only like 100 of them.
Yeah,
they just do the same shit over and over again. That's why I think they've done tropes so much that like
they got a word for it.
We're desensitized.
It's not even that, they're afraid to try anything new, right? And that's why it doesn't get budgeted. It doesn't anything. Hell no, Quentin Tarantino should stick to art house movies. I wanted to pull my face watching Hateful Eight. Okay, so Victoria and I went.
Amazing. I love that movie.
No.
That was a movie about two racists coming together and overcoming their racism for their hatred of women. For a woman.
Okay. No.
The color purple.
It's also true. But no, the Hateful Eight, we went to a friend's house and he's like, hey, we just got Hateful Eight. You want to watch it? I'm like, yeah, let's watch it. And halfway through, him and his wife were just like, we're going to go drink in the other room. And I'm like,
I love that.
We're at your house, bro. And at this point, I'm like, I'm too committed. I got to watch it. And both me and Victoria were like, just fucking make it end, bro. It's 3 hours of the same story 19 times.
It is a long movie. Did you watch the whole thing, though?
Hours?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
It's 3 hours plus.
Different.
Yeah, it's a long movie.
Yeah. It's 3 hours plus. Nick says, Cole, my wife made an amazing feta and spinach stuffed chicken breast tonight. Got me thinking about similar things you can make on the Saturday show. Also, my bedpan is full. I mean,
gross on the end part. Yeah, I do need to do something with like a cordon bleu at some point. I really want to
do like an ethnic fucking dish, like a baklava.
I just did a Mexican dish last week. What do you mean?
We're talking about real ethnic, not deported.
Deported cuisine.
Isn't baklava white?
Like a real Greek baklava. It's a pastry.
Isn't it baklava made by white people?
No.
Where is it from?
No. Greece.
That's white people. Get the fuck out of here.
You're not white people. I'm starting to think Cole has some really weird movie choices. Look at him. Come on.
I love movies. I love all kinds of movies.
Nick Gorbachev says trope. Say trope again.
Rope.
Bro, that's
rope.
Yeah. This is the thing is I feel like there's success to be had in taking someone who does one type of movie normally successfully. So like Quentin Tarantino, Christopher Nolan. Like Christopher Nolan, I think should make a kids movie just to see what happens. Because like those kids are not going to be okay, but also I think it'll be entertaining for everybody.
Quentin Tarantino should be a kids movie.
An animated Batman, like the good ones, like the crying Joker or the laughing Joker, whatever the fuck it was.
Laughing joke.
Yeah.
Laughing joke. Yeah.
Something like because DC, I gotta admit, I'm not a fan of the DC movies per se, but their animated series are on it, dude. They're fucking on it.
Even their animated movies on it, but Marvel animated sucks. Except for Spider-Man. Spider-Man's great.
You watched the new Spider-Man animated?
No, I still have to. Is it any good?
It's not bad, but to me, it's not a Spider-Man show. It's more of a origin story for Tombstone, which is very interesting.
Tombstone, like the Cowboys?
No, Tombstone, like the fucking mafia hitman that was in the comic books.
I don't know that one.
Oh yeah.
We're talking about fucking good movies. Tombstone was a fucking great movie.
No. It was better than Wyatt Earp. Wyatt Earp sucked.
The greatest Western ever.
Yeah, Wyatt. They shot me. Wyatt.
Bro, the best. And also too is Doc Holliday was the star of that movie. Every man went. Yes. I don't want to be Wyatt Earp. I want to be Doc Holliday, and I want to fuck people up. The best part is, so they were explaining about in the bar where Doc Holliday pulls out the cup and starts flinging.
Yeah.
The reason why he did that was like we want to convey that Doc Holliday wasn't oh, I'm not sure. Maybe I'm fat. No. He had zero fear of that man. He's like, oh, you're
No
fast?
fuck given,
No,
right?
he's like, you're not fast. I'm fast. In fact, I'm so fast, I'll play with a cup and know that I could still kill you before you can get a shot off while you're holding your gun. That was the whole thing.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. And then would cough up blood from his TB right in front.
Yeah. He's like, oh, my bad. And you're like,
What was that dude's name? The actor.
Val Kilmer?
Val Kilmer, yeah.
yeah, and then he died.
was a great actor. I mean, he's fucked up now from throat cancer or whatever, but like, man.
He was a Batman too.
Yeah, he was a Batman.
He was a
the
horrible
Doors.
Batman. Yeah.
He fucking Iceman, like in
yeah.
What is it called? Top Gun, man. He was a badass actor.
Yeah. He also he played in The Saint. He was pretty decent in The Saint.
I don't think I saw it.
The problem is The Saint wasn't. It was a good spy movie,
right?
But it wasn't advertised the same way. Like it was advertised as something like an action James Bond movie, and you're like, it's not. It's a spy movie, and it's very much like spy, like how the Avengers used to be, not the Marvel Avengers. The Avengers from like what, the 50s or 60s or something.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
Remember the Avengers? It was just a British dude and a chick.
Hey, you won't get through it, Cole. But it was a thing.
It's not colorized. I can't pay attention. I gotta be honest with you.
It's got color.
Well, the remake of the older ones, because I remember the Avengers of my generation, like when they did the remakes and shit. And then as I got older and the new Avengers came out, I thought they were redoing that, and here they were redoing the Marvel Avengers, and it fucked me all up. Right. But I mean, you know, I didn't know what the Avengers were until fucking Iron Man.
I gotta be honest with you. I feel like the late '80s is like where like the first peak of movies, because everything before that, there was like 3 good movies before the late '80s. Like
so the problem was it was about technology and like because the story like there are a lot of movies that weren't good only because there wasn't enough technology or skill or know-how to present it the way it was intended, created.
Well, I don't know about that, but Star Wars is fucking awesome. The original Star Wars movies, those were awesome.
But that's the thing is, before that, and remember, Han Solo was supposed to be a purple fucking weirdo, right? Like,
really? I didn't know that.
Bro, there's a whole list of shit that fucking George Lucas wanted that none of it made the script because they were like, no, he's got to look human. That's why, like, people were still there was a law that happened after World War II that didn't allow you to depict human violence. So comic books had to fight robots, aliens, mutants were a thing. Like all these things happened until the law changed, right? Remember,
was thinking of video games like that because Japan or Chinese refused to have like the Mortal Kombat games. Like there was only certain games that you had. That's why they had the blood code. Remember the blood code in Mortal Kombat?
Yeah.
ABACABB. I still remember that shit.
Yeah.
Fucking the reason why was because overseas you couldn't depict the blood.
Nope.
And still to this day, some of it's like that because with the new Mortal Kombat movie, they couldn't have Scorpion be the full skull head because the Asians were having a fit about it.
That's so weird that you can't have blood in your video games, so you could just like run into a building with a bomb strapped to you. But okay.
But hey, the funny thing is, if you watch anime that has a lot of blood in China, they've recolored it so all the blood is white, and then it makes for a very different movie. Very different. You're like, these guys are these. I got hit so hard, I just jizzed everywhere. That's basically what happened. Denis Villeneuve is another director. There's a lot of really creative people that need to experiment with, even if they did a short film to experiment with a different genre, is be beneficial.
Who is Denis Venezuela? Venezuela. Marco, pronounce that name for me.
What?
Villanueva. Is that how you say it?
Villeneuve.
Denis
Villeneuve.
Villanueva.
He does a lot of sci-fi stuff, I think.
I think Paul might be close to Venezuela. I can't.
You're both fucking.
I'm American. Speak the language.
Chris Cunningham, Warwick Police says, I'd tighten Cole's cuffs. I've cuffed many Marcos in my
Right, like Marco steals my thunder. Even the gay guys, like I can't have nobody to myself. Shit.
That's it. Victoria says,
If I
"Oh,
ever
he's
get
the
married,
director
Marco's not
of
invited to the wedding.
Is that the original, the 70s Dune, or the new one,
The
Victoria?
original Dune was better. The fucking new Dune.
Thank you.
Like a gay squirrel.
Listen. They
I never
didn't
seen
have
either
that
one.
crazy ass octopus thing in the fucking beginning. That movie is shit. I don't care.
They both look like rip-offs to Star
That
Wars.
dude
So.
with the pimply, pussy face shit floating around him.
Hold on.
You know what?
Hold on. I just want to say something. Both Dunes, all three Dunes now, look like rip-offs of Star Wars.
All right, that's 20
The
minutes. I'm gonna put
original
that
Dune
in the
was.
private chat. We'll go.
Oh,
that's
he's
gonna be-
wifing me.
There you go. No problem. I got you, brother. I got you.
I just wanted to see Dino
The
spaz.
spice controls the universe.
Which, like, realistically, it's a great explain. Nick Gorbachev. I am now drunk. He did the
I'm
new
in beer.
Dune. I don't know. With the one with the anus monster. I mean, listen.
The anus monster? I'm definitely not watching the
It
movie.
looks like a butthole, like a gigantic butthole.
Well,
The funny thing is,
in
the worms-
Thor Ragnarok, there was literally the devil's butthole. Or the devil's anus. That's what they call it.
Yeah, the devil's anus. Which, I mean, I feel like that's a good name for something. You're like, that's the devil's anus, and people go, good to know.
Yeah, don't go there.
Be a lot of less ass eating if we called it the devil's anus.
I mean, people need to strive for excellence. Anyway,
Going back to what Cole was saying about the era, like from the 80s or whatever, like from the I'd say 60s, 70s, and 80s, that was all horror. You know, they were finally allowed to come out, you know, and do horror on television without fucking people getting to them, without a lot of the restrictions that ended up coming back. And you know, you saw a lot of titties and blood coming from the 60s through the 80s.
Like, great time.
Late 70s, they started with the sci-fi, but even a lot of that, if you like see Galaxy of Terror and shit like that, there's a chick that gets raped by an alien maggot, dude. And Captain Spaulding is in it.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I don't watch the horror movies.
I often wonder the proximity of Victoria. You know, is she in the next room? Has she ever shouted her comments to him? She has. That's 100%. She's
they
can't
20 feet help themselves. I have a woman here too, my mother, and she'd be yelling from the background too. I'm like,
hey,
like,
I can hear your mom. I can hear your mom at my house. Okay.
Yeah,
I can hear your mom. There's nobody's wondering about that.
Oh my god.
Also, just so you know, so the reason why we call it the anus monster, I'll show you, Cole, is because of this.
No, I don't want to see it.
Right there.
God damn it.
Yeah. That's
wait a minute. That's the anus monster from what?
The new one. The new one. The new one.
Okay, so to take that anus monster and look up the old Fantastic Four Galactus.
Yeah.
Same thing.
I'm like, no, that's bullshit. And look at the one. Okay, have you seen the trailers? Okay, so just so everybody knows, yes, we were originally talking about negotiations. Now we're just on a movie rant.
We'll get there in a minute. We'll get back to it.
Have you seen the trailers for the new Fantastic Four, which looks fucking great, and also has Galactus, like proper Galactus with the fucking things on his head?
I've seen it. I'm not
fucking
impressed.
I love the idea, but the actors I feel that they got for that are fucking like Pedro Pascal is not Reed Richards. That other
yeah, I agree with that one. Vanessa Kirby chick though.
She looks like she's a Japanese android. She looks totally lifeless. The Nazi looking Johnny Five or Johnny Storm. That kid looks like he just came from Auschwitz.
Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna counter that. Did you ever see Stranger Things?
No.
That's okay. So you gotta watch that show on Netflix. It's a great fucking show. That dude, the new Johnny Storm or whatever. I'm convinced he's gonna be a good one because of his role in Stranger Things. I think he'll do good.
What was he in Stranger Things?
Was from Stranger Things, and he sucked.
He said what?
What was he in Stranger Things?
He was the most recent season. He was Chrissy, wake up! I don't like that.
Okay, well, yeah. So he looks better. He's a goofy looking guy. Let's just start there.
Yeah,
The-
he's not a great looking guy.
Dude,
the broad playing Susan Storm though, nice.
no.
She can fight, dude. She
Hey,
got fighting skills. Like
She was in Mission
I like her
Impossible.
too.
She was in Mission Impossible. It's fine.
But you're right. Pedro Pascal
No,
is not the move.
they should have used fucking Jim from The Office. He was a good Reed Richards.
Mhm.
Yes.
He was. No, he was. He had the look of I'm looking down on you with pity because I'm a genius. That
They
was
killed that character with the Jim from The Office because
I
he
know.
was like, he's supposed to be the smartest guy in the whole fucking multiverse, and
Yeah.
he just gave his fucking hand right to Scarlet Witch. He was like, "Oh yeah, he can blow you away with his mouth or whatever," and she was like, "What mouth?"
This is the problem that I had with the Deadpool movie, the newer one with Wolverine.
Yeah.
Fucking, they didn't show that scene. That there is a scene, and it was approved by Disney, but Ryan Reynolds put it out like as a side thing, where it was a clip of that whole like when she goes to fucking kill Reed Richards.
Yeah.
And Deadpool sneaks up behind her, goes like this, and just shoots her in the back of the fucking head. Multiverse problem ended. It was ended right there. Dude, I was so disappointed that was not in the fucking new movie. I mean, because that right there,
100%.
But where would it fit in the movie though?
No, that would have been the second one. That would have been the second one.
Deadpool is a time traveler. He
Yeah.
has his own time travel device.
Now,
Right.
So
stole it
he
from
can
Cable.
pop
He stole
in
it from
anywhere.
Cable, yeah.
So if he would have popped in behind while Wanda was killing everybody, she has her mind on fucking Reed. He comes up right behind her, pops her right in the fucking head.
Well, I think the reason why they didn't do that is because they have. It seems like they had plans for Scarlet Witch to come back because
I think they are
that
too.
wasn't indefinite in the end of that movie, March Madness or whatever the fuck it was called.
Yes, it's the Multiverse of Madness.
That's the one.
Actually, no, but yeah, it looks like an anus monster. I sort of wish we got the popcorn bucket. Me too. He was
lying through the comments, my man.
At what point are negotiations no longer viable? As soon as someone is unwilling to negotiate. That's it. That's basically it. Otherwise, that I am pausing my documentary to hear what you are all discussing. That's a mistake, Sasha. I will tell you that right now. That is a horrible mistake because we're not talking about anything important.
We're not. Documentaries.
I will touch on the Randy. What was it? Randy Moss who wrote that shit.
Yep.
Negotiations are only good to a point because a lot of people take this passiveness way too far to a point where it's detrimental. You know, you negotiate to a point, but once the negotiations go past a certain point, you know, you got to let that shit go. Look, you're either going to shut the fuck up and do this or we're going to fight.
Yeah.
You know, I try to be nice. I try to give you every option there. I even back down a little bit. You still want to be a dick? Okay. Negotiations are done. Now it's time to fight. And if you want to call me a bad guy, which generally that is what happens,
True.
oh, you should have kept talking it out. No, the fuck I shouldn't. You know, you only give up so much ground before you take all theirs.
Right. So, and
think
this,
that. Go ahead, Dino. Go ahead.
so this is one of those things where, like, I learned this from a lawyer is that they said a successful negotiation is when everyone leaves the table unhappy. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that they didn't get everything that they wanted, but everyone had to make a concession of something. That's the thing.
That's what my baby mama's lawyer said at the end of the whole thing, and I'm just kind of tainted on that phrase now.
Yeah, but the reason being is because she didn't have to give anything up, right? You got fucked. So
I didn't. No. I didn't get fucked. I got fucked only in one little detail, which is she makes more money than me, and we got 50-50, and I'm the one who has to pay child support. That's really it. But I got what I wanted in the grand scheme of things, which is 50-50. You know, so like, but I wanted to slap that broad after that. Her lawyer.
This applies to you now, though, Cole.
Yeah.
So congratulations. But just remember, she either now has to choose between child support or her income tax.
Here pretty soon, yeah.
Yeah, that's what happened.
That's what I heard.
Listen, and some people mistake kindness for weakness. So when you a lot of times when you make a concession in a negotiation, stupid people, let's be very clear, stupid people will pounce on that as if, he's giving up.
Yes.
Hey,
that'll hurt you more than the whole fucking situation.
Right. And that's the problem is people have forgot to understand. Like there are people who have hit me in the face and I go, hey, that I didn't really like that. Don't touch me again. And they're like, oh yeah. And then
Don't do that. Oh yeah.
something else happened, and sorry, they got a little taste of the ground. Whatever.
What Marco was saying, and I think what you're also just saying right now is it conveying, at least what I'm understanding, is negotiations only are good for as long as I still have my respect. Because at some point, continuing to negotiate, if you continue to negotiate, you've lost your respect, the respect that you deserve, and that's when, all right, I can't negotiate with you anymore because I'm not being treated any type of way, and I don't feel like I'm going to after all this, So we have to move on,
What's going on with the politics that are going on now? Everybody's having a fit about what Trump has done and what Trump has done. We have had fucking year, and fuck the Biden, fuck Obama. It goes way past all of them. We have had decades and decades of negotiations to the point where America is no longer, or was no longer, respected anymore by any fucking country. Negotiations are over.
Yeah. Well, look what happened with Panama.
Man, did he just glitch out?
We just glitched out right in the middle of it.
That's one he would glitch out on.
Panama had to. The only reason that the United States gave control back to Panama was with the caveat that the United States was given preferential treatment over all else. And right now, China was giving preferential treatment, and they go, nope, that makes our contract null and void. And they went, sorry. No problem. Back to American, right? Primrose Rosehip. I mean, yeah, we all watch that. Come on, don't be ridiculous. Of course, we watched the Deadpool porno. Is he back? Hold on. You back? No, he's still out. All right.
Yeah, I'm watching.
I don't know. Well, hold on. What concessions did your baby mama have to give up? There's the question. Is it equal to?
She just didn't want to give me. She just didn't want to be an equal parent with me. That's all. So that's what she gave up. It was like the whole fight was she wanted to be sole custody and whatnot. So
I would have ruined that kid.
She really didn't give up anything. She just gave up her own pride. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but she shouldn't have pride.
One second, guys. Apparently, Al is back. How you doing, Al? We've missed you.
Who's Alan?
The algorithm.
Oh, yeah. We were just talking about that for half a second.
Bro, mid-sentence, yes.
Yeah, you said government has lost its respect, and you're like, and then you just went out like.
And the bad thing is, this ain't even on my stream, so they got shut off from your end to me.
No. Oh yeah, it's not on your YouTube stream. Why didn't you put it on YouTube? Why? What?
It only allows me to choose two, so it's mine in either Facebook or Upside Down Studios, or mine in YouTube.
Yeah.
I clicked whichever one. I don't know.
After the show, hang back for a second. We can add you to like all your streams or whatever on here.
Oh yeah.
So that way you got a couple more options.
Like Greg has the whatever you got to do for Twitch, Rumble, X, and Instagram.
Jeez.
So the only.
There he goes again.
Bro. Immediately. Yeah, and Nick Gorbachev is like, "Who the f is algorithm?" Yeah,
that's our vice president's dance moves. Former vice president.
Yeah. So
this is rhythm algorithm.
It was the same thing for me when I was going through my divorce. Was that
you want some dance moves too?
I don't want any dance moves. No, thank
you. You're saying
my lawyer was like, "Listen, you want this over so you can just walk away and start your life." I said, "Yes." He goes, "Good. $5,000. I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Give her." So you guys are splitting everything 50-50. Debts are paid, and from your share, you're going to give $5,000 to her. And I was like, "Can I do 3?" He's like, "Every time, it's 5 is the magic number because you guys don't have much. So 5, she thinks she got you, and you'll survive."
That's like, the thing, dude. Like, what is it about them? You're negotiating literally with terrorists at that point. Well, because men are just like, let's just be. I swear to God, every man I've ever met going through it, custody, divorce, it's always, I just want to get this done and be over with it. And just, I have very little ill will towards her, and she's always like, "Fuck him, let me fucking kill him. Like, how, whatever I got to do. Like, what is that? Why is that? Why?
Dino.
That's generally how a woman works.
It's crazy.
Yeah, but that's why they shouldn't have the vote. That's fine. Hey, I'm writing that down. 35 minutes at 35. Okay.
35 minutes.
No, write this down too, because I did the math. It was August of 1920 when women got the right to vote. By April of 2020, women were whores on the internet en masse. It was less than 100 years from the time they were allowed to vote to when they were just showing pussies and buttholes on the internet to everyone. Yeah. Like, it took less than 100 years. You get what I'm saying? Like, society, fucking, that's very short. That's one and a half people.
Bro,
one and a half people.
Hey, that is the same amount of time it took for big pharma to destroy food and all of our health. Like, it was the same. That's the same period of time it took for the government to have everybody working in offices instead of out in nature.
Right.
100 years. That's it. All got fucked. Everybody. Dino has a 20-minute set on just divorce, I bet. Not quite 20, but a solid 10. That's fair.
Shit, I could probably do an hour on how much I do.
My old relationships, like you wouldn't believe. I've seen some shit, like literally, like Amber Heard shit. I've seen some shit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure all three of us have been through it. So with these hoes.
See, this is where like people look at me and they get mad because as soon as I get on the subject, then I start being very honest, and people are like, you shouldn't be that honest, because I'm like, oh, I hear these stories about people coming home and I find my wife with some other man in the car. I'm like, yeah, it's called double homicide. That's fine. Right there. We're done. That's it. No, hey, and if anyone's like, well, you should be charged. No. That's my wife. She was cheating on me. They're like, oh, okay, done.
See, the closest I ever came to that is I was having a shitty, and I was already having a shitty day. I fucking came into my old lady's fucking apartment at the time, and what was supposed to be a roommate's friend looked at me with this look and dashed out the fucking room, or dashed out the apartment. And I'm like, yo, what's going on here? Well, he had somewhere he had.
Somewhere he had to come.
Yeah. Okay, bitch. Okay.
OJ was right.
The closest. Now, I will say this, and I tell my kids this all the time. You will never, ever realize or know how shady your woman is. That woman that you love so much. You will never realize how shady she is until you become her side dude.
Until fucking she ain't yours no more.
No. She ain't yours, but she's yours.
Yeah.
Because you see all the fuck shit she's telling her new dude while she's over there.
You mean until you become her baby daddy, and you're not her boyfriend or husband until you're her baby daddy.
No, baby daddy. Because I mean, I've had kids with chicks, and then we split up, but they want to cheat with their fucking on their old man with me.
Yeah.
Like, no lie. And I mean, it sounds real shitty, but y'all women fucking do it too. Like, when I first got custody of my kids, like their mom refused to fucking give me my child support money or any kind of help with them unless I fucked her. And she was. Dude, I even told the court. I even told the fucking court.
G move on her part.
It's solid. Yeah.
Dude,
I respect the hustle, but
I used to have to fuck that nasty cunt in the back of a fucking van. I'd leave rubbers all over it so her boyfriend would find them and shit.
Nobody cares.
Wow.
Yeah, this is the thing with that whole idea of it, right? Like, it's that some people are so hell bent on not bending for any circumstance, and the problem is if you're not flexible, then you break.
I have that problem sometimes. I'm not.
No.
I've
never heard anyone say you were stubborn, sir. Not a one person.
Really? Because everyone says it.
Everyone said. Jesus said that. I'd be like, and there will be a time when Cole Clayton will come into the world, and you will know stubbornness for what it truly is. It's there, yeah.
I've been told I'm stubborn, but I keep an open mind. You know, I'll stand on what I say unless if you prove me wrong or you prove the situation otherwise, and I can see that logically.
That's
Like,
how I am.
You ain't gonna pull some of this fucking, shimdiggledy out the air and be like, yeah, that's the way this is. No, it's not. Shut the fuck up. But if you can, I will back that. Hey, look, I was wrong. I'm sorry. I've been in. Perfect example. I got into a fight at a bar one time or an argument with this black man. And it was just because he was having a fit. He was just being addicted to people. And I told him to shut the fuck up. Well, then I walk away and you hear the two old timers down on the corner. Why was Mark yelling at? Oh, he don't like the N-word. Like hard R. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. I ain't even mad at this. I even apologized. I was like, look, dude, I was snapping because you were being a dick, not because of the color of your skin. So I fucking apologize. But I mean,
that's what I tell people. I'm like, listen, I'm not racist. I hate you for who you are on the inside.
On the inside.
But I can get specific just because of who you are.
Listen, I check my wallet because of the color of your skin. I hate you because of who you are on the inside.
I hate the motor, not the car. I hate the motor, not the car.
So that's number 41. That's 41. That's fine. Apparently, I'm doing this myself. I have a friend who calls his hemorrhoids chocolate-covered cherries, and he wonders why he's signal. Yeah, that's definitely a reason. Sasha says, if you had experienced a divorce, it's only because you weren't with the right person. Now that you're divorced and free to find your true partner, so be happy. It only costs time and a bit of money, and finally be able to. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Too optimistic.
Jesus married a hooker that he was sharing with one of his apostles.
Do we know that he was married?
Oh, let's allegedly. Let's calm down.
Doesn't seem like the marriage. This is the dude who can turn water to wine. You think he's getting married?
Hey, if he could turn water into wine. Hey, if he could turn water
with the hookers.
Hey, if he could turn water into wine, he was turning pebbles into roofies. I'm just throwing it out there.
Okay. Have you ever met a man who really respects his father? Like his dad is a G and he was raised to be a G by his father? That's what Jesus is. He doesn't get married. Jesus
was raised by his stepdad. Read the fucking Bible.
No. Hey, the one thing I love is all those.
That was around, sure.
Have you seen those TikToks where the guy's like, "Hey Mary, I made a pie," and they're like, "How'd you make a pie, Joseph? We don't have a stove. God helped me make it." Like that doesn't make sense. He's like, "You see how that sounds? You see how that sounds? Don't make no fucking sense." And you're like, I mean, it's funny.
There was a comedian who actually did a whole bit about that. It's like, yeah, Mary, yeah, I know the Holy Ghost did it, right? Why don't you have the Holy Ghost come and pay some child support?
Let's be honest. Until he did a miracle, he must have been like, this bitch, just goddamn, God came in.
Well, why would you stay? Like, that's the really. Why'd you stay that long?
Where are you gonna go? Where are you? How much you want to bet Mary's family had money? It's just.
No,
he gave birth in a barn.
Because of Joseph, I'm sure. No, I'm just doing. Cole's number one fan is over his left shoulder. LOL. The air conditioning? That doesn't make sense. Oh, his left? Oh, the other way. I mean, whatever. You think
my left shoulder. This one's my left shoulder.
You think you're divorced with stuff? I went to Washington, D.C. to interview politicians, kamikaze style. My cameraman never showed. Had to film it on a BlackBerry. My wife divorced me. Bro, Randy. Jesus, bro. Yeah, that is not.
Hold on, I didn't read it.
Was your wife fucking the politician?
No. Just wanted something else. See, this is the thing. I'm not
a bad day.
As a man who has been divorced, I'm not a fan of divorce, and I wouldn't wish that on anyone because it's a horrible thing to go through. And it's been 20 years since my divorce, and I only started feeling normal when I started losing weight and started taking my health seriously, and and my head got a little bit better. But the fact is that people never cheat on your significant other, because that just is the worst thing you could possibly do. Because you know what? Listen, sometimes things don't work out. That's life. And that's why this whole idea is, you don't have to fight. It's not working. It's not working. That's fine. But you can't turn around and then be like, I'm going to go fuck your best friend. You're like, bro, double homicide. That's how that works. Sorry.
See, I especially after my last relationship, that kind of fucked me up, pretty mentally. We were together for 9 years. We might as well have been married.
Yeah.
But after that, I kind of got that whole Daniel Tosh, Louis C.K. mentality. You know, Louis C.K. will tell you off rip, you know, if you're married and you're happy, stay married. But if you're not, get a divorce. It's one of the greatest fucking things. The divorce is forever. Forever. Marriage is dead till you part or whatever, or divorce or whatever. Divorce is forever. And Daniel Tosh, you know, he says it straight up. You know, I don't cheat on her because I'm not wired that way. But my greatest thing that I hope for every time I come home is to walk through the door and see her blowing somebody. Oh, you're not allowed to do that. We don't even talk no more. I'm just instantly happy again.
That's
I mean,
horrible.
You know,
that's kind of like my mentality now. Oh, you're doing that? Okay, bye.
Yeah.
I kind of want to disagree because, like, even though like me and my ex never got along ever on anything, like literally not a single thing, and I don't understand how we got together in the first place. She was just hot to me. But like, why did that matter to her? I guess she thought I was something. I don't know, but like, it hurts me in my heart that we did that in front of our child. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't have given a shit if it was just me and her breaking up and we didn't have a kid together. But I still to this day feel guilt and regret that my son was
my daughter
alive for that. You know,
I did my damnedest to, you know how much dick I slung to make sure my kids had a roof over their head, or they had some kind of mom figure in their life. You know, and the only thing that pretty much that did, and I look back and I know it affected my kids, but it just taught my kids that moms don't stay around. You know, that is
horrible.
I grew up as knowing, nobody's dad sticks around, but in the opposite, turn of events, all my kids know is moms don't stick around. I'm so scared for my grandkids. Like I would never think my children would do it, but I would never think anybody would have done it. But that my daughters, would just dump off my grandkids to their dads or whoever and just go do their thing, because that's exactly what happened to my kids. All the babies' mamas. Now I'm not saying I didn't have my hand in a lot of the breakups, but pretty much every woman that has been a mother figure to my kids has fucking gone. And we're never gonna leave you, baby. I'll always love you. I always love you. Now they become them internet moms that post a happy birthday every year, or maybe throw a little heart or a like on something. Or if you say something they don't approve of, then they want to type a fucking 4-paragraph fucking thing talking shit about you.
Well, to validate you, Marco, fucking, I told you that I said earlier that my custody case was essentially just me versus her pride. She didn't want to give me any custody at all.
Yeah.
And I'm battling just for 50-50. Well, now that it's established and everything, and she has like a live-in boyfriend, she's so excited to drop him off at my place. She's just early, late picking him up, like just so excited to just drop him off
because we're staying for the weekend. Bitch, when I wanted to take him when I had income tax money to Disney World, you said no, you take him out of the state and I'm taking you to jail. That's how she used to roll with me.
Yeah.
I'd save up, I'd work a whole summer just so I'd have money to do whatever with my kids over the fucking off season.
Yeah.
And fucking, you don't know how many times I ran and said, you're not taking my kid out of state. You're not taking my this. And then, a month or two later, there's pictures of them in Atlantic City or down in Texas or over in Florida. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
That's the way we're going to roll? That's okay.
I love this. One of my friends always says he's been married 13 years, 3 good years. There's one of the guys from Monty Python was being interviewed, him and John Cleese, I think it was. And he goes, oh, I've been married for 39 years. And then the guy he's being interviewed with goes, yeah, 4 different women. It's not. You're like, God damn. You're like, Angie, hello. How are you? Welcome.
There's another.
What's up, Angie?
He's a redneck comedian, hillbilly, whatever the fuck. But he talks about, me and my wife been married 5 years. Then he'll say another couple of jokes. Yeah, we've been married 15 years. And then he goes a little bit, 30 years with this woman. and he goes all the way up to they've been married like fucking 45 years, 40 something years.
We've been married 10 years. It feels like 30.
I like the Patrice O'Neill. He said it the best. I guess today is me and my old lady's 2-year anniversary. Hell, I only been dating her for like 6 months. I didn't even know we was together.
Bro, I love Patrice O'Neill's explanation where he's like, we don't want to be alone, but we don't want you here. Like, just go over there. We're together, but just be over there. You don't have to be right next to me.
This is Nick Gorbachev. He said, wait, did I drink myself to Thursday? Is this mental health? No, this is mental.
Yeah,
this is the art of negotiating your kids.
Right. That's the only thing we've ever negotiated is our fucking children.
Yeah. and with horrible women. So yeah, it's that's where we negotiate. We don't do big business. We do evil women and children. That's how
I wanted to point this out earlier. It's like I've noticed that Dino has the one experience, right? The one bad experience, and then you're like, I'm not doing that again. Where it's like you could tell from me and Marco, we like hoes. You know what I mean?
You guys like hoes.
Me and Cole have been battle hardened over the years.
Yeah.
Patrice was
We've
also
learned the lesson. We just don't care that it's the
You're like, I need a reminder every 6 months.
Red flag.
Patrice also was accurate about Asian people. No offense, Victoria. What did he say about Asian people? I feel like I remember that, but I don't remember it. It's bro, you
crazy.
Look, I have to remind Cole that I'm like, bro, you live in hostile territory right now. His whole family is there, and I'm like, bro, that is rough. But yeah, it's just
since your whole family lives there, man, I gotta ask you, like, is it more like terrifying, like scary, like hurry up and get it done when you're jacking off, or is it exciting that you might get caught because there's something?
You're wild for that question. You're wild for that question. I'm not gonna.
Because I experienced it myself. At one point in time, I had 4 daughters living here and 3 sons, and my dogs and my cats, and there was no privacy at all.
Bro, that was the whole explanation where they're like, yeah, Vaseline on the doorknob. Just put Vaseline on the outside doorknob so they can't get into the car. It'll save your life.
You for real, Cole, like you ever get that, you're in the middle of it, or you just came and all of a sudden your kid or somebody says something and you're like, I'm a grown ass man, not just jacked off and my babies are in the other room.
Yeah, basically. That's
first off, I'm not gonna answer this question. Get back to me after everybody moves out. There's a statute of limitation on this.
Yeah, that's
fair. Secondly, I could go out and get laid if I really wanted to. I just don't really want to.
Yeah, it's just that. Like I got to the point where after my last relationship, I never really brought any women to my house. It was just
not where I'm at.
It's always been just me and my sons. After my daughters left, and nobody comes into the house. And now my house looks like a bachelor pad, so I ain't bringing anybody in this fucking house.
Exactly right.
Fix back up.
The last chick I dated her on and off for 2 years, and she's like, I've never seen the inside of your apartment, and I was like, and then you're not gonna either. She totally accused me of having a wife and keep like,
yes, that's the first thing that comes through. Are you married? You don't know how many times I've been asked if I was married. 2-3 years we've been talking. Bitch, no, I'm not married. My house is fucked up.
You know what I said to her, right? I was like, do you think this personality can stay married? Get the fuck out of here.
You guys are horrible. My brother got divorced. He's a slob. The animal control came 3 times to check on his cats. Florida heat, no AC. He would just dump the litter box. Bro! Yeah, he doesn't deserve love. It's that simple, Chris. This is yeah.
I went into like a pretty deep depression where I almost, I ain't even gonna say almost. I became a hoarder for a quick minute. And that mentality goes way back to when I was a kid because I grew up with nothing but crackheads. So anytime you got something, it got stolen. So I always had 5 of everything, and it just kind of got programmed into my head.
I get that.
After kicked that, when me and my ex were living together, it wasn't all that clutter. But once we broke up, and I'm just like, now I'm just slowly but surely, we were together for 9 years. We've been apart for like maybe 6 to 9 years. So over an 18-year span, now I'm just now starting to get shit, just out and fucking,
Yeah, man.
I mean, I see a lot of these shows on TV and shit, and I'm like, oh, dude, yeah, we gotta clean this fucking house.
Yeah.
Women are good at like reminding you how dirty you are. You know what I mean? Like,
okay, but women are just as bad. Let's calm down.
I met some.
Well, that's what it is. They just get rid of your shit so they can have more room for theirs.
Bro,
like that's what they have there. You have all this shit. They move in, and then 3, 4, 5, 6 years go by. They move out, and you're like, I feel like I have more shit than this when she moved in. Like,
bro, I've lived here for 10 years and I still have stuff that has the boxes that have never been opened. And I'm like, I want my stuff. And she's like, where are we going to put it? Just leave it in the box. And I'm like, all right.
Leave it in the box.
Just leave it in the box. I'm like, all right.
Now, on the opposite hand, though, I have met that woman who, yeah, we'll go back to my place. We'll go back to my place. And it's that Facebook meme of the dirty fucking mattresses on the floor and the cigarette pack on the fucking little wannabe makeshift cardboard nightstand and the lamp. And it's just nasty. I've been to that, like, bitch, you brought somebody home to this.
Yeah. Why did you not know I was coming? Like, how do you mean that?
Here beforehand. Who thought this was okay to be fucking you on this beforehand?
Hey, and here, and my wife right there. Okay, they're Lego wall because I have an entire wall of like unopened.
Waiting for the clapback.
Oh, you get one wall in your own house,
right? How dare I? How dare I? Hey,
hold on. Could you imagine saying to your wife, girlfriend, whatever it is, and she buys something from Amazon new, and you're like, just leave it in the box. We don't have anywhere for it. Like, could you imagine saying that?
She would burn the house. Hey, just so you understand, there's one closet over here full. I have 2 coat racks here and like store coat racks, like long coat racks full. 3 more closets in the library full. 1 walk-in, 2 walk-in. I have one side of 1 walk-in, and she just gave me the upper side of a new one, and she's like, there, that's all your space. And I'm like,
I mean, to be fair, she is like a clothes designer, so like,
don't give her ammunition. Do not give her ammunition, sir.
As a clothes designer, she should have a place for the clothes she designed, not in the house.
Well, that's what we're working on now, is because we did a huge clean out, and we had people come and just like, bro, my entire carport was just filled with stuff, like furniture and stuff.
Your entire carport was filled with all your stuff that you got rid of to clean up the house.
See, that's why you don't give her ammunition, Cole.
Gotcha.
I have a serious question for you. We're almost done, Nick, so hit us with a serious question and we'll finish on that. But yeah, no, honestly is I don't mind not having stuff. But then I was like, I need some stuff. I need at least like a room of my stuff, and that's what we're negotiating right now.
And that's negotiations.
It's negotiations. I was in the hardware store and some guy working there says, I love your shoes. I said, thanks. Am I wrong for thinking that's weird? Guys, so, okay. It's not wrong. Is it weird? Yes. It's not wrong. It's just something that men don't experience regularly. I have made a point. If I see someone dressed up, I saw an old guy, one of those nice, those nice overcoats, the houndstooth ones, and a nice hat. I looked at him. I'm like, I like your cut. Looking good. And he was like, oh, thanks. I'm like, bro, he was dressed up nice. Men complimenting men is something that is new, Nick. So yeah, is it weird? A little bit, but
the closest thing, I told Dino this story a while back, but the closest thing I've ever gotten to a compliment from another man, from like a stranger, was like, he saw that I was like dressed nice, particularly that day, and he was just like, what do you do for a living? I was like, I'm a DoorDasher. And then he just kind of like rolled his eyes at me and walked away. Like, he was like mad. Like,
Jesus Christ. See, even over here in the fucking hood that I live in, I've gotten plenty of compliments on my shoes. Even I got the ugliest fucking Crocs. I call them Crocs. Apparently they're called Yeezys. But I don't know, these expensive ass fucking ugly Crocs.
Yeah.
That I got. I've had people fucking compliment me on those or compliment me on different shit, and they're guys, and I do the same. But now it's all in the way you get complimented, Tuck.
Also true.
If the guy was like, "Hey, nice kicks, man, thank you," but if the guy's like, "Nice shoes,"
those shoes look so fresh.
Essentially, if I tell you your shoes are nice, you need to punch me right in the face.
Fabulous. Those shoes are fabulous. I would just like to say. Then that
I
might be.
want to be them shoes.
Gross. What the fuck did
I
you
want
just
you to wear me like a pair of those Yeezys.
I'm marking this down.
What is a manly conversation? I'm asking for science. I really want to know.
Hey, what kind of food gun take?
We can talk about cigars or.
Yeah. I said, what kind of bullets does your gun take? That's a manly fucking.
Okay. That's the topic for Thursday. As a matter of fact, manly discussions. Let's talk. What are topics to talk about with, say, like your girlfriend's friend's husband or whatever? Like manly discussions, because like that's probably good information to have.
Okay, so
manly discussion. You ever smack a girl in the forehead with your penis?
If they're fresh red toe Jordans, you best believe some guy's gonna come up to you. That's true.
That's
but they also still may want to fuck you. Just to be clear.
If you were just wearing your fucking work boots and they're all tore up, that's one thing. But if you're wearing some nice fucking shoes, just take the dub, man.
Okay. So here he told us, he said it in a gay kind of way. I'm a 56-year-old that wears New Balance. So I too wear New Balance, but my wife buys me fancy New Balance. They're like exclusive. Limited edition stuff.
It was gay.
Shut up. No one asked you.
You were wearing New Balances. You
were jealous. Anyways,
it was gay for you.
Probably like the guy wanted your cock, man. Fucking, take the compliment.
Yeah.
Anybody ever complimented New Balances?
Hey, just so you know, Victoria bought me those New Balance, and we have matching New Balance because we're that gay. But it's fine. I have size 15s. My feet are You have size 15.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ, you do have.
He was looking at your penis.
He was definitely wondering what that, 15, He was like, what else is size 15 in that boy? That's definitely what he was thinking.
Hey, also, while we're on to this discussion of New Balances, did you know that New Balances were the average shoe of everybody at the January 6th insurrection?
Oh, you
it's
mean
a type of person? It is a type of person.
Hey,
believe it or not, it is a type of person.
Just so you know, that's called God's will. So that's fine.
It's an old people's shoe. That's why. And it was
it's got great arch support, bro. It's very comfortable. They're a little heavy, but they're very comfortable. So, all right. So the topic of discussion. What?
Did yours have the Velcro on the front?
No, I'm not a homosexual.
You can tie your shoes?
I just pretend to be one in certain environments.
You can tie your shoes?
Can I tie my shoes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, you have lost a lot of weight. Good for you. I legitimately, there was a point I was so bad I couldn't tie my shoes. So.
Listen, just to be clear, just know the next time I visit you and I stay at your house, I'm gonna choke you with my laces.
I'm being genuine. There was a time I couldn't tie my shoes. I was so fast.
Dude, I would scoop my ass across his sofa like a fucking
Marco.
dog.
It wasn't even that long ago. Marco knew me during that period of my life. So
listen.
Yeah, I watched you eat dog biscuits on the side of an abandoned house.
I'm gonna go sit in his chair and then immediately shit myself. That's what I'm gonna do. New Balance is from the next town over here in Maine. Oh damn, that's fucking
nice. Fucking y'all hear Maine's saying they're beefing with Trump. Let's talk about that too next week.
So topics for mental health on Thursday is going to be what is a manly conversation, and is the governor of Maine a man in cosplay?
She's a bitch. She's a woman.
Yeah, but have you seen the pictures with her shaved head? And you're like,
she definitely ain't a man if she's fucking beefing with the.
He's giving off mad Barbara Bush vibes, and that also might have been a man. I'm just
giving off lesbian vibes.
Wednesday we might touch on that a little bit too.
Oh yeah, I'll come for Wednesday.
Yeah, so hey, Upside Down Studios Wednesday at 9:00. Check it out. I'll be there. Cole is definitely going to be in the comments. He may be there unless you have something else. You have.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to somebody real quick because I meant to do it earlier on the other show and I didn't get to. So his name is Nick Lee. He's the creative CEO of his own company out in Cleveland. He's a real good, cool kid. I met him yesterday. He's starting his own business. He does T-shirts and hats and stuff.
You need to get in touch with him.
His place is called, or his company is called Hustle Hard Clothing and Apparel LLC. He has pre-orders. He needs a half a deposit is required for ordering. He does Cash App, Zells, and all that. I ain't gonna put his number out there. Just look him up because there's a lot of shady fuckers out there. But
we might use that.
Hustle Hard Clothing and Apparel. I know when we get our T-shirts made for Upside Down Studios, it's kind of hard to find somebody that's good and that does quality work.
Yeah,
with a good quality T-shirt.
Yeah.
And yeah, this kid. I mean, I bought a shirt and a hat off him yesterday, and good quality fabric, good the details. It's not that shit that's gonna pull off when you wash it or whatever.
Nice.
Yeah. Check him out. I mean, and he was doing shit on the spot there too. He had
nice.
Hustle hard.
What'd you say?
He said hustle hard. That's his.
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yeah. Because he had a hard time finding me on Facebook because he was like, "You got an Instagram?" I was like, Yeah,
Hey.
Hustle Hard Clothing and Apparel LLC. The kid's
Nick
name-
Gorbachev says he hasn't showered in days. Go take a shower. You'll feel better. Nick Tucker says Governor Mills is a see you next Tuesday. Number one, I love saying see you next Tuesday to people on Fridays. Oh, see you next Tuesday. And they go, you're not going to be here Monday? I'm like, I'll be here Monday. And they're like, fucker. And I'm like, nothing you do.
I'm just more, I don't beat around the bush. I'll be like, fucking cunt.
I know, but I worked at a bank. You can't say cunt. It's really not allowed. They get really mad when you say cunt. I did. I called somebody a cunt. I'm like, that person's acting like a real cunt. And they were like, yo, you can't say that. I'm like, I just did. I'm a grown-ass man. I can say whatever.
I said I was counting my money.
I mean, I consider myself JD advanced. That's funny because Cole thinks of himself as accurately tarded. So on that note, everyone, this has been Life of Giants. We will be back on Wednesday with Upside Down Studios and on Thursday with Mental Health. And in the meantime, be good to each other. And of course, all hail the anus.